Hi guys, this is Ails from Ails Gaming TV, and this video is all about the Backstab build Stalker. This is one of the most requested guides in the comment section, that's why we prioritize making this one. So before we begin, I just want to thank all of you guys for the support since we just hit 243 subs as of the release of this video. I will not be able to reach such a goal without all of you, so I really appreciate it. What I can promise is to continue creating videos that might help you guys on your Ragnarok origin journey. So if you're new to this channel, click the like and subscribe button for us to reach many players who need different guides and also to spread positivity in the Ragnarok origin community. So enough said, and let's jump right into the video. Backstab build is currently the best way to build a Stalker when it comes to DPS since it has a great amount of damage multiplier, and you can further increase it by attacking behind the enemies. This skill can also crit, that's why the damage it can provide to the team is pretty decent. So first, we're going to talk about stats. For the stats, I highly suggest that you prioritize getting agility until you're able to get 500 attack speed, since the global cooldown of this skill depends on your attack speed or agi stat. Then after that, you can balance both strength and luck for the base damage output since this skill can deal critical damage. So you need a good amount of crit rate for it to deal stable high damage numbers. Next will be weapon and armor set. For the weapon, you can choose the elf crossbow if you're having a hard time attacking the enemies behind or you don't have a tank to steadily provoke the enemies. Holy crossbow if you're dealing with demon race monsters and need a little bit more holy damage from the radiant strike. Or the obsidian crossbow if you need a solid boost in raw attack and have a good amount of ignore death and damage multipliers. For the armor, I highly suggest using tier set for more damage increase, or rider set if you're lacking a bit of agility and attack speed for backstab global cooldown. MOM will also be possible, but for now we still don't have any idea how we can fully utilize this set. But we promise that we'll get back to you as soon as we find the best possible way to use this set. Next will be skills. For the skills, it's exactly the same with our auto attack holy bow build since this is for PVE purposes as well. But only thing that we will emphasize here is the copy skill, because compared to the auto attack build, it's best for us to use true sight since it provides a great amount of stats, critical rate, and critical damage. Those things are essential for backstab build, that's why I highly suggest that you use it as your copy skill. You can get level 10 true sight in the MVP monster Pharaoh. Alright, so right now we'll just go through the skills and you can pause the video if you want to exactly copy the skill allocation. Next will be cards. For the weapon slot, it's best to use damage multiplier cards such as racial, size, or elemental. Cards like Squidjet can also be a viable option if you're really lacking critical rate stats. For the armor slot, you can use elemental armor cards since the offensive cards available for this slot don't really give a lot of overall value compared to the additional defensive capability of an elemental armor card. For the shoes and cloak, we recommend using cards that gives agility, strength, or crit, such as Matir, Wild Rose, and Baphomet Jr. cards. But if you have extra zen to spare, then you can go with the purple cards like Dragonfly, Mastering, Ninetales, Vagabond, or Infernal Nightmare. For the headwear slot, you can use Crump card for more physical attack, but I highly suggest you use Nightmare or the Verucci card to get more stat while having an additional resistance to negative status. For the mouthwear, just use anything that is available for you like Angeling. And for the facewear, it's best to use card depends on what you're farming. For the backwear, you can focus on getting 2 pieces leveling puppet since it gives a good amount of PVE damage increase. For the accessory slot, I suggest you use the Kobold card for additional crit rate and strength, or Owl Baron Illusion card for a chance to double the damage of your backstab. Alright, next will be Vier scores. For the basic skills, you can prioritize getting momentum for additional attack speed. This can help you reach 500% attack speed to max out the global cooldown reduction of your backstab. Then you can choose core overload, mana length reversal, aftershock, and holy light shield for more damage. For advanced skills, The must-have is Agonizing Spike since it can boost the damage and crit rate of your backstab by a lot. Then you can use Malice to apply negative status, Corrosive Poison for straight up damage increase when using Enchant Poison, and Concealed Teeth plus Shadow Cloak for the combo hiding skill that can increase your critical damage. Next will be Feathers. Just like I always said, at this point in the game you should be using Raven's Hour since using it will give you a lot of ignore defense stats that are really needed by stalkers. You can use Sky, Day, Time, Space and Valor setup for your offensive feathers since this gives a lot of ignore defense stats. For the defensive feathers, it is up to you since some of us want to build a glass cannon while others prefer to have a little bit of defense. The only thing I can suggest here is to use the light feather that you can get by redeeming wager tokens. Even if the light feather gives PvE stats, the only thing that you need there for PvE is the raw physical attack and damage increase. Also don't forget the truth feather since it gives a good amount of physical attack and damage increase as well. Next will be statues and medals. This one is pretty basic, just get anything you need for your own unique build aside from the stat that are related to magic, since that's the only thing you can't utilize. Just prioritize the things that will boost your DPS if you're a glass cannon or defense if you want to build a little bit tanky since backstab build requires you to be near the enemies. That's why a little bit of tankiness will help you stay alive and continuously deal damage. Next is sigils. Sigils are pretty straightforward, just use the ones that increases your DPS such as Starfall, Chosen One, Raging Bloodlust, Energy Drain, and Berserk. Impale is also great if you have it. For the job specific sigil, it's best to use Ruthless since it allows you to inflict a debuff and increases your backstab critical chance. For the active sigil, I suggest you use Primal for more DPS. Just be sure to always check if someone already used it since it doesn't stack and there is a 1 minute interval between each use in a party. Lastly, for enchantment, it's best to use Sharp Battle and Duel for the costume and armor slots, then Fighting Spirit or Sharp for weapons and accessories. Take note that Fighting Spirit will only be viable in PvE since you don't need a high amount of crit stats, unlike in PvE where most of the players are building crit resist. That's why Sharp will be the best to use in those kinds of scenarios. So that's it. I hope I was able to help you learn more about how to build a Backstab Stalker for PvE. You can comment down below if you think I missed some information about our discussion or if you have any suggestions for what we should tackle next. Also, always remember to play this game at your own pace, never get burnout, and always have fun. Till next time, peace!